Good morning, afternoon, and evening. This is the boy that you should be leaving, dropping here in every episode. This is 12 Channel 46. We're back with another one. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and like button and comment down below on the video. This is another episode on the channel, and thank you for your support and viewing our videos and commenting and liking them. And today we're with another special guest, and she goes by the name of Rivoningo, and her surname is Mkansi, and she is a businesswoman. That's what I know her of. And she was born and raised here at Mkuhlu 1246. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. And yeah, man, today we're here to talk about your journey, right?
My journey.
Yeah, we're here to talk about your business as well, and we're here to talk about you. Yeah. So, who is Rivoningo Mkansi? Like, how is your family structure? And yeah, who was there when you were growing up? Who is still there supporting you?
Rivoningo Leandra, I'd say. Leandra, yeah. I think that's the name that is used more, and I think that's because it's very hard to pronounce my first name. So it gives people a problem, people who are not Zonga to say. So yeah, I use the Leandra more, but of course I love my first name more. I'd like to describe myself as a driven person. I'm just driven, and there's nothing more or nothing less. And yeah, I'm 22 years old now, and I live with my mom and my younger brother. I have 2 other siblings, so we're 4 all together. And yeah, it's just not a small family anymore, because yeah, we've grown, we've got kids, and our kids got kids.
Multiply.
But yeah, that's just me. I've lived in Nelspruit, and I came back a few years ago, and I've been here since, and I don't think I'll be going anywhere anytime soon.
Change, please.
So yeah, what was the question again?
Okay, let's start over the question.
Okay.
How was your childhood?
Okay,
growing up,
I was a rebellious child. I was not one of the good kids, and I think if we were to speak to my mom or my siblings or whoever I grew up next to, they'd be like, "Hey, we didn't think by any chance this kid would be like this now," because yeah, no. But I feel like I had to go through all that I went through to be who I am right now, or on my journey to being who I want to be. So I think that was a very important phase in my life that I went through. So, but yeah, my childhood was great. It was adventurous. It was, yeah, I did explore, and as young as I still am, I did go through my years.
What school did you go to? What schools did you go to?
Primary school. I started my grade R to 3 in a Christian academy in Hazyview. It was called Rising Stars Christian Academy. I think it's closed down now. Thereafter, my grade 4 to 7, I was in Lersko Graskop. My high school, grade 8, I was in Seybrand in Sabi. And then grade 9, I came back to Mkuhlu, and I was in Makhosana.
You went to Makhosana?
Yeah, I did. It didn't last me too long though, but yeah, I was there, and for about a year and a term, and then second term, grade 10, I went back to Seybrand. And part of my reasons for leaving grade 9, for leaving Makhosana, was because I was a rebellious child, and my mom teaches there. So it was very hard, because I was that type of, my school skirt was here, and that time she'd be like, "Bonnie, you're embarrassing me." And it was that kind of thing where my mom we used to go to the same school, but she'd use her car and I'd use transport, just because, you know, we want to avoid having any, you know. So and then I saw it fit, or my mom saw it fit, that I go back to Seybrand, and I matriculated there. Thereafter, I went to Damelin Academy in Nelspruit, and I studied TV and radio broadcasting, which is totally out of context what I do right now. But yeah, I'm qualified in TV and radio broadcasting. I further moved on to Chic Beauty in 4 ways in Joburg to do not everything beauty, but I did most of my beauty courses there, and some of the things were self-taught. Most of the things are self-taught, and yeah.
So when did you realize that you needed to make this transition from being in the media industry to being in the beauty industry?
Honestly speaking, I was very, very confused. As much as I said that growing up, I was not. Yeah, I think I knew what I wanted to do until I got to my matric year, and then I was very confused. Like when I went to TV and radio broadcasting, I think I went there because I did have a passion for it. I still do, and I still feel like I will go there when the time is right. But I did it because I wanted to be closer to home, because I actually didn't know if I really wanted to go out to the world and everything and whatnot. So I did it because it was the second thing that I loved, that I was closer to, and I felt like I can just push my years here until I figure my life out. Then coming back, I lost interest. And my mom was like, yeah, she's done with me. She paid a lot of money. Now I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. After that, I'm like, yeah, I want to go into beauty. She was like, oh, okay, go into beauty. I'm like, yeah. She's like, so now you go into beauty, the next thing you'll be like, you don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. And I could understand her frustration, because like she just paid a lot of money. I finished, and then I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. Yeah. So long story short, I got to go to school, and I did what I did, and I started as a nail bar, a very small nail bar. My office was very tiny. I don't believe that I could actually breathe in there. But yeah, we started off very small, and I believe there's a time for everything, and I believe that it wasn't my time then to do what I'm doing now. And sometimes people ask me, yeah, but maybe you should have just done this and not do the whole TV and radio broadcasting thing. Yeah. And I was like, it was my time to do that. It's my time to do this now, and that qualification is not in vain. It will still be in use in good time. Yeah. You know. So I don't even know how I got to where I got. I just want to say it's God's grace. Like everything just happened so fast. My life changed so fast, and I'm grateful for all of the changes. I'm grateful for Akeem, because if it wasn't for Akeem, I don't think I would have found my purpose. So yeah.
How did the community receive your business? Starting Akeem.
I actually don't know. Do you know why I say I don't know? Because I don't think I cared what they thought, and as much as I should actually care what my customers think, I don't think at the time it was the right thing to do, because had I listened to everything and all of that, I don't think I would have stayed grounded, because you know, people come at you with every negative thing, and I think you can do 80% of the good and 20% of the bad, but I promise you the society will always choose to have the bad overpower the good. So I was like, I'm going to have the good overpower the bad, and the good is the good that I instill in myself, that I don't need anyone else to tell me about. I was I'm doing this for me. It's good for me, so it'll be good for them, whether they like it or not. They have to take it as I come. This is me, and this is what I bring along. And you know, people adapt, and you know, most people inherit enemies and all of that. So most people won't like you, and they won't even have a reason for not liking you. But then if you just keep doing your craft and doing what you love and doing it best, you know, they'll open up, and not that you actually doing what you're doing for them to so
take the win. Take the win.
Well, I grab it with both hands, thank you. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I think they will always have something to say, but it's what you have to say, or how you actually move from what they say. that matters. So, but I feel like altogether, I don't really know how they took it, but then I feel like now they're very open to the business, the brand, because it has expanded into 4 different sections now. So and they're opening up to every one of them every time. Like, I have people support me, be like, I haven't done this before, but the way you make it look, I want to try it. So that's how it has grown, and that's how I want to keep growing it. And as much as I don't want it to end here, I'm actually looking forward to franchising, and not only franchising but also skill development, because I feel like it's very expensive and it's very far to reach out. Like, if you want to do something like this, it's very, it's tricky. So I want to bring it home. A lot of people ask me, why didn't I take this business to Nelspruit or wherever since I was there? I'm like, if we need to get something here at home, we always need to go far. So we need to bring the things to us. We can't keep going to the things. We need to develop our own community. So I think that's just what it is.
Man, that was really a long elaboration of you and how you have grown into the business sectors as well. And let's talk about what pushed you to start the business as well. You talked about bouncing back from graduating and not wanting anything to do with your qualification. How did you start the business? Like, what pushed you to start the business?
I feel like the reason why I actually couldn't, sometimes it's true when they say when something is not meant for you, or maybe at the time it just won't happen. I feel like I was underestimating my powers and my abilities, my capabilities to be a better person and to be like my dad. Actually, I feel like I am living in my dad's footsteps, and I want to, like, the legacy should go on. Hence, I'm actually doing all of this under his building, and I didn't want to go elsewhere. So I think what pushed me is that, my dad passed on, and I'm like, it shouldn't end there. That place was a place of business, and everyone knew that. So it shouldn't stop because he's not there. So I think that's what pushed me, because the name should live on, whether he is here or not. I feel like he lives in me, and everything I do I'm pushed by the fact that I want his name to live on.
To carry on that legacy. Let's talk about the actual business. I'm sure people that have been watching so far probably think you're dealing drugs or something like that. Let's talk about the actual business now. How did the name Akeem come about?
Funny story. Akeem is my sister's daughter's name, which most people don't even know that she's not my daughter. But she's not my daughter. Akeem is my sister's daughter, and we just have a very strong bond. I don't even like saying that she's not my daughter. I named her Akeem, and there's a very strong meaning behind the name, and I feel like, the saying that a child lives on the name that you give them. I feel like it's very true, and both Akeem the person and Akeem the business, I feel like they're living up to that name. I'd like to just read it out, because it's quite long, if you don't mind.
That's cool.
Akeem means powerful and complete. You are good intellectually and require several outlets for your energies. You are not a builder but a planner, and you want others to carry out your plans. You are bold, independent, inquisitive, and interested in research. You know what you want, and you know why you want it. So
that's Akeem.
That's the meaning. That's what Akeem means. That's the meaning of Akeem. Yeah. So that's what Akeem means, and we want to live up to that name, and I want my daughter to live up to that name as well.
So, really cool. You mentioned before that it has 4 sectors. Can you please elaborate on each sector that you have in your business?
Okay. Akeem, which was Akeem Nail and Glam Studios when it started, is now Akeem Investments, which is divided into 4 trading sectors, which is, we have got Akeem Beauty and Aesthetic Spa, We do nails, massages, everything beauty, makeup, everything beauty. And then we have Akim Travel Agency, which deals with traveling. We've got a tours and safaris sector where we have, your open vehicles where you go to game drives and all of that. We deal with that. We have a gifts. There's Akim Gifts and Floral Boutique. It deals with your flowers and your gifts. We make bulk orders. We make the prettiest balloons and flowers. We love. I love giving, and I want to instill it in people. That's why I really want people to open up, as much as they are opening up to gifting, they are doing that. And so we package the gifts and we deliver them. And then the last one is Akim Homeware, where we deal with home decor, everything home, your kitchen appliances, which is the smallest at the moment, but it's big. And then there's also M&M Car Wash, which is not part of Akim. When we started, we said it was Akim Car Wash, but that was for the publicity of it. It's actually my brothers, not my brothers from my mom and dad, but my brothers Jabu and Tony. They're from around, and that's their car wash. But we'd like to say those are all of our what we deal with. It's theirs and their business, but we are pushing it. We want to, like, in everything, in all of these sectors, as much as it's Akim, they play a very big role in it. And like Gahle, what we're doing, it's for us. We're a family, and we just want the next person to grow. We don't want another person to stay in the same place. You're not good friends or good family members if the next person is, you're comfortable with the next person not growing. We should all grow, and those are the sectors that we're currently doing.
So are you the current leader or the CEO of Akim? Like, do you control all of these sectors, or do you have a team?
I have a team of which I've got Mandisa, who I'd like to say is my assistant in everything. I don't know what I'd do without that girl. But everything. She sometimes I can't even manage my own appointments. I double book myself and all of that, but she's always there for everything. And as much as she was there for mostly those kind of things, she has learned almost everything, and we do everything together. As much as I do makeup, she's very good. She's actually better than me with doing nails, but I started it, and she's like very open to learning. So, and then the tours and safaris is with my sister. They have a tours and safari business, so we partnered together. And then everything under Akim, I run. It's just the car wash is not, like I said, it's not part of Akim. It's our brothers, but all together, it's all our hustles. Everything we do it to all win.
So, how old were you when you started Akim?
I was 19.
19.
When did you start planning for business? At what age?
19. I don't want to lie. I started, I think, when I thought of it today, and I implemented tomorrow, and I sent quotations, and I'm like, I'm going to do this with or without the money. I'm gonna make a plan and all of that. I didn't have, I also thought, as much as my mom thought I'd actually say I don't want to do this anymore, I thought I'd actually also lose interest. But I think it was purpose driven, and I feel that I need to live in the purpose and just expand and franchise and just grow it.
How old are you now?
I'm 22. I turned 22 a few days ago.
Happy belated.
Thank you.
Happy belated.
What are some of the challenges you've encountered in the process of running the business?
Competitors.
There are competitors around, or maybe in Nelspruit and Kushi?
I feel like your competitor is not, it doesn't necessarily have to be close to you. But if you feel like there is a certain level that you can get to that you're not at yet, you have a goal. And the moment you have a goal, you don't have that yet. So the person who has it is your competitor. And locally, I'd like to say people are opening up to the nail industry and the beauty industry. So a lot of people are, are outsourcing and doing all of those things. So it's tricky when like you're not the only one there yet. So that's why we try and expand and diverse into different things so that we don't have one thing to rely on. So I think that has been one of the biggest challenges. I feel like growing vision is also a challenge. Vision is very important. It's one thing to identify your vision, but it's another thing to walk in the vision. So as a person, if you have a vision and your vision stays the same and doesn't grow, it's not vision enough. So I think that is a challenge, because now this is my vision and I want to get to this. I get to that and I'm not satisfied. I feel like there's another thing that I now need to get to. So I feel like that is very challenging, because whenever you have a goal, you do it, but it's just never enough. You always feel like there's room to grow. And I feel like it's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. But
where would you like to see your business, or Akeem, or rather, where would you like to see Akeem in the next, let's say, 5 years?
Billboards, honey.
Billboards.
Like I did speak of franchising and all of that, because I want to bring, like, there are people who are interested. I do have people who reach out. There are people who are interested but probably don't have the capital, or are probably scared to. It's very challenging to start a business alone. You don't know the reaction. You don't know if you're going to get the support. So I want to help those people, and I want to franchise Akeem and have people like to open an Akeem branch somewhere, have them learn to do all of these things, and I don't want to send them to school, because I did have a challenge where I sent someone to school, they studied and they came back and they're here now, and then the next thing they're not coming to work anymore. Here says they started a business somewhere else, So as much as now I also want to, I've started doing tutorials and I teach people to do what I do. I hope it grows into an academy, and I hope I can teach people how to do this and branch out and put them there. I don't want to necessarily be the one running that Akeem business, to have someone else be their own boss as well, but have it under Akeem, so I want Akeem to grow in the next 5 years. I don't know. I don't want to set the bar too high, but a few branches here and there. That's where I see us, and in billboards and making waves.
Can we go back to the car wash? M&M, is it a mobile car wash?
Yes, it's a mobile car wash.
Can you explain how does it work?
We have all the equipment to move the car wash. They move. They have their tanks, their spray guns, basically every equipment a mobile car wash needs. You call them, they come, they wash the car, and they are looking to having a place, because some people don't necessarily want you to. They want to go to the car wash and chill, so sometimes we can't accommodate those ones. They are looking to having a place of their own, but for now they're mobile, and then they go to you wherever. We go as far as. But
I feel like it's convenient for people who don't like going outdoors, and
exactly, that's why I want to cater for both the ones that want to go out and the ones that don't want to go out. So
that's pretty cool. Let's talk about your tats.
As much as I try to cover them up.
How many tattoos do you have?
I think I lost count, but the last time I counted, I think I was 20, 21, and I think I had 2 this year. So
this year, as in 2022.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're still in January, though.
Dude.
No, it was my birth month. I had to get something, but I lost count, but yeah.
What do they symbolize? What's your favorite one?
You guys are making this tricky. I think I have a tattoo of my dad's date of birth and date of death. I think it's very sentimental to me. It means a lot.
Yeah.
I have one of my mom at the back, and I have one of Akeem. So I think those three, yes. Then the rest of them, I go through a lot. Hey?
Yeah.
And as much as someone's life looks perfect from far, it's not really like that, you know. So I think for my age, I've gone through, guys, like hell and back. So sometimes, excuse me, I don't necessarily take the pain away, but sometimes I just want to feel a pain greater than the one I feel inside, or whatever I feel at the moment. So doing that pain for that moment is gonna hurt, and then after that you're like, so I have to go back to feeling that pain again. But then the healing process as well. So I get to numb out a lot of things, and not because I use it as a
drug.
Therapy.
No. I love it. I love the art, and my latest one actually, I actually drew it on paper, and I told my tattoo artist Nick, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what we're gonna do with this, but you know what to do. Put this there and whatnot. It came out like very nice, and it's actually one of the tattoos that I actually love. So sometimes it's the art in me, and it just helps me a lot. I feel good about it, and my mom doesn't feel too good about it, but she's accepted that. I mean, if someone asks me what is this speech, I sometimes explain it out. So I do, and I like doing it. Even the same person was ready to send me out of the house.
So Nick is a tattooist.
Yeah, Nick is my tattoo artist. I've actually never had
He's
a tattoo.
very good.
He's very good. All my tattoos are from Nick, and I do not see myself. Pleasurable pain. You know what I mean when I say pleasurable pain?
This is a scam. This one.
No, there's so many pleasurable pains, man, guys. You guys should think. But it's pain.
That one.
Nah, I didn't say anything in my mouth. But it's painful, but it's nice, and you like what comes out of it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a baby is being born. Excuse the pun. I'm joking.
What would you say, going into our final question, and what would you say to someone who is looking up to be like you, or to be where you're at right now?
Do it. It's the perfect day to do it. It's always a perfect day to do it. I have a lot of people, and I like that it's very young people who are still in high school and all of that. I actually get a lot of, which is actually inspiring, because I'm like, me, 22 years old, and I've got people texting me saying, hey, you're my role model, or I want to do this or whatnot. Like, it's very, it's unreal. Like, sometimes, I say those things, I'm like, huh? Like, is this me? Are you serious, madam? But do it, and that's why I think that has pushed me more into wanting to develop into the skills developing thing, so that I can be able to help all those people who look up to me, and not only have them look up to me, but do something about it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the beauty side. I think I just want to get to a point where I can actually be able to sit down with someone who is, from high school, you most of the time you're confused and all of that, and sometimes you're not necessarily confused, you know what you want, but you can't do it because of fees or anything. I feel like I want to be able to sit down with people, young people, and motivate them and mentor young people in business, because I started very young, and trust me, without the business experience, having to learn everything at hand and learning as you go, it's very hard. So for anyone who wants to do something, I don't ever feel like there's anything that is too big for you. In fact, just look at yourself and you're like, I can step on that now. So
the message is do it.
Do it today. I said when I decided that I want to do it, I did my research now. Went there, got my quote now, and I'm like, this is a lot, 10 grand, where am I gonna get it? But I'm like, you know what? Just
do it.
Do it. You won't. If I didn't know how much it was and where to do it, it would take me longer to do it. But because now I knew where to get it, how to get it, my only problem was to get the funds. Less problems. just go for it. Do your research as well.
Yeah.
And just love it. Have a passion for it. Because you can do something and you're not really passionate about it.
Yeah.
I promise you, you will stop and you want to follow what you're passionate about. And it's not gonna be too late. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too young. I was told that I was too young. I was told Gani lofuna gwendani, Gani whatnot, and it happened. You know,
did it.
do it.
Yeah.
Like do it. Yesterday.
Yesterday, alright.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for pulling through, man.
No, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and I hope we all grow. Like you, the team, me, my team.
Yeah.
I hope the next time we're doing this interview, we're going to be talking all of those things you asked me that I wanted in 10 years. We're gonna be doing it in a year. This studio will be somewhere in those high places. You know, in a year. It doesn't have to be 5 years. I just hope we all make it, man.
Yeah.
The whole community, everyone who has something that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope we all make it. Like, life is too short to say I want to be the richest and you want everyone else to be lower. Let's all be rich.
Yeah.
Life is going to be great. Let's all be rich.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for putting through, man. This has been another episode of Top Channel 46. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and like button. Today I was with Rivoningo Mkansi. She is the CEO of Akim Boutique. Can I call it a boutique?
Akim Investments, rather.
Akim Investments. And yeah, she was telling us about her childhood. She was telling us about her business, and she was telling us about her personal the personal things that she went through, and tattoos as well. She was diving into a little bit of inspirational messages that she sent through to the community and the youth. And yeah, man, we were just grateful for her to be here. And yeah, man, thank you for pulling through once again. And yeah, man, wrapping this episode up. Yeah.